Y'all, this book is dark, toxic, twisted, and straight up scandalous. Hey y'all, it's your girl Jasmine back with another book review. Tonight I'm going to be winding down, putting my hair up, self-care, and getting ready for bed. So you guys are going to watch all that while I do a voiceover of my newest book review. So stay tuned. Y'all, some books are meant to entertain you and some are meant to disturb you. And honey child, when I tell you this book did both, it did both. And don't mind me in this video. Y'all are gonna be watching me unwind and self-care and do my thing and all that jazz. So don't mind me, okay? Anyway, I had the privilege of editing this book before anyone else laid eyes on it. And also Masterpiece has shouted me out, y'all, which was so sweet. Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Masterpiece. But I remember when she first sent me the book to be edited, I could tell that she was nervous because she shared that this was her first time writing a dark romance. However, once I completed the edits, y'all, I could not believe this was her first time writing something of this caliber because I was so impressed. I was so impressed. And I'm not saying that because I'm her editor. And in a lot of ways, I am. I'm going to always boost up my authors and brag on them because all of them are really good writers, okay? But Masterpiece blew me away with this book. Masterpiece did her big one, and the ending, y'all, had my jaw on the floor. So let's get into these juicy ass characters and this storyline. So this story unfolds in Arkville, a fictional city that's just as dark, gritty, and ruthless as the people living in it. And at the center of all this drama, y'all, and corruption is one man who's pulling all the strings, and his name is Pampered Decibel. Y'all, Pampered Decibel literally lives up to his freaking name. I'm not even joking. This man is not just a villain. He's a problem. He's the kind of problem who walks in a room and immediately everyone is on edge because you just don't know what he's about to do. Like, he's evil. This man doesn't feel love. He doesn't even try to fake it at all. He doesn't know how to treat people like people. Because people aren't people to him. They're literally assets, liabilities, obstacles. And if you're the latter, if you're an obstacle, if you're somebody who gets into his way, good luck. I think what makes him so terrifying in this story is that everything he does is deliberate. His words, his actions, he never moves without purpose. There's literally no softness in impurity. And he raises the only son that he claims, whose name is Detavio, who I'll be speaking about Detavio next. But Impurity raises Detavio to be just like him, to have no feelings, to be this mean, tough, hard shell of a person where you're literally feared by everyone. And it's all about control. It's all about power to have. So moving on, we're going to talk about who is Purity's only son again that he claims. And Purity has quite a few children, but he only claims Detavio. And I'm going to let y'all read the book to find out why. I'm not going to give too much on why he does this. But in the beginning, I did not like Detavio because it was giving that he's his father's son, y'all. And honestly, at some points, I was thinking that he was much worse than his father because he's literally fighting for power and control just like his father. He's also fighting to be feared. I felt like sometimes he wanted to be seen as a monster, and I was just like not feeling him. Even though I have a feeling that Masterpiece wanted us to like Detavio, but in the beginning, I didn't like his ass. He was just as cold and calculated as his father, and I did not like his father. And he was unhinged, y'all. He was moving very weird and unhinged. Like there's something wrong with you, especially when it came to Angel, who is the heroine in this story. He has like a deep obsession with Angel. Now, this obsession didn't come out of nowhere. It's not a left field obsession. However, he becomes obsessed with Angel after he learns about her because she is somewhat of a journalist. She's a blogger and she's been writing about his family. And his family has been, well, the Decibel name has been well known in the community of Arkville for horrible things that they do to people. The Decibel name has never been known for good things at all. Like, really bad stuff, I should say. But Miss Angel is shedding a lot of light and bringing a lot of attention to the Decibel name. And so that's when Detavio is asked to step in and kind of like shut her up permanently, because she's shedding so much light on what they do in the dark. So he grows like an obsession with her from watching her from afar. And I shared this before. I'm such a sucker for the trope enemies to lovers. And that's exactly what's kind of going on in the Filth Kings. It's like, it is a romance story that kind of starts off in hatred, obsession, or even manipulation, but slowly twists into something deeper. Because we kind of see Detavio's obsession turn into a like, and maybe even a love for Miss Angel. So moving on to Angel, I'm not going to spend too much time on these characters because I'll be giving way too much away. I'm just giving like a brief overview of who they are as characters so you guys can be intrigued enough to pick up the book, because the book is read worthy. Okay, I highly recommend that you read it. So anyway, get into Miss Angel. She's one of the few people in this book who's actually trying to do the right thing. But here's the problem. When you go looking for truth in a world that's built on lies and corruption and power, you're bound to make enemies. So she thinks that she's just out here exposing the Decibel family, and she's doing this on social media. She's gaining a lot of traction and popularity from her stories that she's covering about the Decibel family. But she has no idea what she's actually getting herself into or who she's dealing with, quite frankly, okay? And when Detavio sets his sights on her, it's not about love at first. It's about lust. It starts out about control. And he is so filthy that he starts to he's infiltrating her dreams and her fantasies. And we are literally watching Angel crumble underneath his thumb and within his presence. Like, she doesn't know. Like, she's trying so hard to keep her composure when she's around him, because she's battling with like, damn, this nigga fine, and then also like this nigga dangerous too. And so he's infiltrating her dreams and her fantasies, and we are literally watching Angel crumble under his thumb. What makes Angel such a strong character that what I like the most about her is that she refuses to back down. I love a strong female character because nobody likes to read a book about a dumb damsel in distress, and that's not who Angel is, okay? I don't like to read about damsels in distress or women who just move wrong and make dumb decisions. You know what I mean? But I like Angel's character because she doesn't back down. She knows that she's up against evil when she's dealing with the Decibel men. And even when the walls seem like they're closing in on her, like when it feels like Detavio's getting close to catching her, because she is being hunted. She knows she's being hunted. She keeps pushing on anyway. And that's why I love this story. I love Angel's character because I also love the idea that making her dangerous, if you will, in a world where dangerous men like Detavio, men who think they have control and power, thrive off breaking women like her. And she's not standing for it, baby. She's not here for the shits. And Angel has a best friend, and her name is Natavi. She's another main female character in the book that I really like. And I really like Natavi's character because even though her character really goes through some crazy shit, I resonate the most with Natavi, mostly because she's the kind of woman who will frustrate you and break your heart at the same time, because she's been through a lot. And she feels like she's stuck and in too deep with the man who doesn't value her. But she feels like she can't get anything better. And, just to let y'all in on my business a little bit, I've been in a situation like that before where I felt like the guy that I was with, even though I knew that he was no good, he was cheating on me, he was seeing other women, I felt like I couldn't get anything better than him, because on the flip side, he was taking good care of me. And it was something that I hadn't experienced before with any other guy I was seeing ever before. Like, this man used to wine and dine me, buy me gifts, and I thought all that shit was love, and that was not love. That was just keeping me in line, keeping me dependent on him when really I did not need him. And honestly, I could do bad all by my damn self. I did not need that man. But at that time, I felt like I needed him, that I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do better than him because of all the things that he was doing for me. Even though he was somewhat of a gentleman, he was the type of guy that opened up the doors and did all that shit, he was still a cheater. you know. And so I feel like Natavi's character, she feels like if she suffers enough, if she proves herself enough to this guy, then she'll finally be loved the way she felt like she deserved to be by him. But we all know that shit is just not true. Who is for you will not treat you like shit, and you will not feel like you have to become this person to be able to fit into their life. Your person is going to love you for you. They're not going to try to change you. They're not going to cheat on you and disrespect you. And that's what the guy does. He disrespects her. And she feels like her love has to come with pain. So Natavi ends up reconnecting with this guy that saved her. And I don't want to give too much away, but he saved her. And this guy, when she re-meets him again, she starts to see that care and control are not the same thing. She begins a relationship with this guy who is seen by the outside world as a monster. But she doesn't see him like that. She sees right through him. She sees that he's a good person and that he is just a product of his environment. And that's all I'm going to say on this, because it brings me to the next character, whose name is Monster. Monster is honestly the one character in the book that I couldn't stop thinking about. And here's why. He's actually one of my most favorite characters in the entire book. He's so mysterious, intense, and low-key terrifying, but in a way that just pulls you in deeper. Everybody fears him. That's very clear from the jump. As soon as you meet his character, you know that he's a feared character. But not just because of his size or his reputation, but because of how quietly dangerous he is. He rarely speaks, but when he does, every single word hits harder because it means something. And what makes Monster so different from the rest of the men in Arkville, especially Impurity and Detavio, is that he's not cruel just for sport. You know, he's not ruthless randomly. Everything has a purpose. He moves with intention, loyalty, and an underlying strength that's shaped from his own trauma and past. While everyone around him is busy trying to flex their power or claim their dominance, like Detavio and Impurity, Monster, he hangs back in the background, observing and calculating his next move. Like, he's not like a loud dangerous. He's a quiet dangerous. Detavio and Impurity are loud dangerous men. You know what I mean? But what really got me about Monster is his connection to Natavi. And I know I'm giving that away. I wasn't trying to, but I think I should just share that. But unlike the other men who see women as possessions to control and break down, Monster sees Natavi clearly. And it takes him a while to do so, but they literally have a lot in common. They both have been hurt. They both know struggle. And he sees that. He sees that in her. He sees her hurt. He sees her struggle. He sees her quiet strength. And he doesn't rush or force her. Instead, he kind of becomes somewhat of her protector. And I loved every minute of it. Again, I love these kind of tropes where at first they're seen as like enemies and they morph into lovers. It's just one of my favorite romantic tropes. And it just works so well in the Filth Kings. And so there's like a quiet, almost unspoken bond forming between them that's way deeper than physical attraction. It's emotional, it's grounded in mutual understanding, and honestly one of the strongest parts of Masterpiece's book, to be quite honest. And I love reading about them so much. I loved reading about Natavi and Monster. They're my favorite characters, and I hope they become your favorite characters too once you guys read the book. But Monster's proof that sometimes the most powerful presence isn't the loudest one in the room. It's the quiet one who only speaks when it truly matters. And Monster is that character. And trust me when I say he's going to stick with you long after you finish reading the book. Because I still think about that man. I'm like, I need me a monster in my life, okay? Yes to that man. Yes, I need me one. Where can I find me one? So with all that being said, y'all, this book isn't your typical dark romance. It's a powerful reminder of how dangerous it is to chase control and how quickly love can turn into obsession. If you love your stories messy, scandalous, and impossible to put down, honey, the Filth Kings is exactly what you've been looking for. And trust me when I say on a Hottie scale of 1 through 10, honey, this is a solid 10 out of 10. It's going to stay with you long after you finish reading the last page. Masterpiece really did her big one, and I love that so much for her, y'all. Anyway, go read the book. Keep flipping these pages. Keep reading and keep pampering yourself, period. Actually, y'all, before I go, hold on. I'm still getting used to this whole vlogging thing. So this time with this video, I tried to do something different. I want to show y'all my self-care routine and how I unwind and give y'all my book review as a voiceover. It's something new for me. Usually y'all see me talking in the video, but let me know what y'all think down in the comments. I'm trying to just keep it interesting. So just let me know y'all's thoughts in the comments. But anyway, catch me in my next video. Peace. Mwah.